Hi everyone, welcome back to Gillian at Mystic Healing Therapies. Well, a lady from our Telegram community, if you've not already subscribed to that, there's a link below, asked me for some advice on spiritual protection, so I thought I'd do a video to share with everybody. So today's video is about spiritual protection. So the main thing about spiritual protection is to keep in a high vibration, because when you're in a high vibration, the lower entities can't come near you. It's like sunshine burning off the mist. You know, if your vibe's that high, then no dark entities can get to you. So that's sort of like a general statement. But let me share with you a few things I do to help with keeping my frequency and the frequency of my home at a high vibration. So I know I've covered this before a couple of times on these videos, but I know I've got a lot of new subscribers, so I shall go over it again. One of the main things I do is set my house, or where I live, into a grid, a pyramid grid. So I'll just talk you through how I do it. So I ask for Archangel Michael in the north, because Archangel Michael is the archangel that deals with protection. So if you can't remember anything at all, or it all gets a bit confusing, if you just remember Archangel Michael, he is your main port of call when it comes for spiritual protection. So just remember that. But what I do is I call in Archangel Michael in the north and ask him to protect the north. And then I will think about Archangel Gabriel in the south and ask Archangel Gabriel to look after the south. So I'm gridding my property. So that is north, south down that way. So I ask for Archangel Gabriel in the south. Then I'll go that way and ask for Archangel Raphael in the west, and then east I ask for Archangel Zadkiel. So I've made a square with all those archangels in it, and then right in the middle of the square I imagine and I ask for Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Metatron comes in the middle, so you've got the four squares corresponding to the directions, and then in the middle we've got Archangel Metatron. So I ask Archangel Metatron then to pull up a psychic energy point, really. So you've got a triangle, a pyramid, all the way around your property. And then when you've got this psychic pyramid, which is anchored by the archangels, and I also use crystals, you know, I've been out in the field and put crystals there in the field to correspond with the energy points of the archangels. So we've got this triangle, this pyramid now in place, and then I imbue the pyramid with the Christ light, or the light of Mahatma. So I put in that pyramid, so all of this space is filled with pyramid of 5, and then I ask that this pyramid of light, the light of Christ, the light of Mahatma, this space of my home is set at 5 dimensions or higher at all times. So this space I've created, I've asked that it's at 5-dimensional or higher at all times. So technically then, if I keep intending this, and every couple of weeks I'll re-go over it, even if it's just a quick thank you to all the archangels for keeping this space, and it's full of Christ light, it's full of 5-dimensional energy, so it really does keep the space intact. So that's one thing you can do, and you can do this in your workspace. I've done it in the office where I work as well, because I want that space to be at 5 dimensions or higher at all times. So you can put this energetic pyramid wherever you like over you, and it will really help. So that's sort of a thing you can do for a specific place. Grid it. Like I say, sometimes I put crystals on the points, because as we know, crystals hold energy and they enhance energy as well. And also I've got crystals all the way around my garden. So yeah, that's what I do. So there's crystals, they'll hold the energy to 5D or higher. They assist with that intention. But remember, you have to set the intention. There's no point just getting a load of crystals, dumping them in your garden and expecting them to do the work. What you've got to do is set the intention of the crystals. The crystals will hold the 5-dimensional energy or higher at all times. So then they will be working for you through your intention. So that's gridding and crystals. There's, like I say, Archangel Michael is your go-to person for if you are feeling ever out of sorts or you're feeling a bit scared about anything. Ask Archangel Michael to come and help you. You know, when I go out on my bicycle, I always ask Archangel Michael to look after me because, you know, I ride on the road. It's, you know, it takes a risk, doesn't it? So yeah, Archangel Michael is your go-to, really. There's also things like the sage incense sticks, you know, the sage sticks, like it's sage and you burn them. That can purify energy as well. But that kind of purifies the energy, but it doesn't necessarily give you protection per se. It will just purify the energy. So, you know, the greatest protection you can have is with your intention. You know, bring in Archangel Michael, bring in the light of Christ. You know, I do a lot of work on the different dimensions with the, you know, it sounds dramatic, but I battle demons, if you like, and I have face-offs with them sometimes in the higher dimensions. And what I do is stand very firmly in my power and bring in the Christ light. And I even recite things like, I am the light of Christ. And, you know, I don't mean Jesus as in a Christian way, and I'm not offending any Christians here, but, you know, it's the Christ light. I'm not a Christian, but the Christ light is something very different. So when I'm doing that kind of work, I'm just saying out loud, you know, I am the light of Christ, I am love, I am God, I am the source. And they can't stand that, so that, you know, they will retreat. Also, obviously, a lot of you know I work with the dragons, so I use the dragons for protection as well. I'll ask them to, you know, they use their fire of protection and transmute lower energies. So that's one thing that I have available to me. But if you aren't aware of who your team are yet, definitely the go-to is Archangel Michael. Some people do things like salt and that round the house. That's your personal taste. That is not something I do, but if that works for you, you carry on doing it. There's no right or wrong way about this. It's what, you know, what you feel is right for you. So really, the higher vibration you are, if you stay in a high vibration, then that is your protection. Let's say, for example, you live in a house that has, let's say you live with somebody who takes drugs or has got an alcohol problem. They will be inviting, there will be entities with them, because it's very easy to attach to somebody who's under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So in that case, you put your psychic boundary in and you know, just think of yourself in a force field. You know, like I said, the pyramid of protection, I see that as a force field around my home, but you can make a force field around you personally, and set your vibration at 5 dimensions or higher, and say, you know, that is an impenetrable boundary, nobody can get through. So there's just a few tips for you on spiritual protection. We've got another grey day. Look, it's very cold here in the UK, really cold and constantly grey, and a very cold wind. Even though I'm sat here in a cardigan and no coat, when I finish the video I'm going to put my winter coat back on. Okay, so keep your chin up, everybody. Lots of love to all of you. If you like my videos, please do like, share and subscribe. And look out for me on Telegram, the link's below. Look out at my website, gillianengland.com, and I'll speak to you soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.